42 goes down low. The 79 gets caught up in it just at the very end. The 67 though of Nathan Stanley makes it on through free and clear. He, Paul Ferdiani, and Larry Dickerson having a drag race down in the for one last attack, getting underneath him, not quite able to make it stick, having to lift once again. Oh, into exit of turn number 4, down onto the front straightaway here. Who's going to win it with the drag race? It's going to be Timothy Pope. First 3 and 4, 751 with a hefty lead here, about a half a car length as the one gets up into the wall with a run down. 200 feet. It's going to be a close one across the line. Garrett Welsh made it 3 wide on the far outside lane, picking up spots left and right here as everybody fighting for every single spot we go. Coming across the line, white flag. So here we go, final lap. And it all comes down to this, the championship race here at the Numb Thumbs Racing League in this Cup Series. Live coming at you from Miami Homestead here in Florida. And we are going to have an absolute blast where these drivers raced all season long just for this chance to win this championship. Well, we'll have to wait to decide who ends up getting it here tonight, as well as that fantastic keyboard drawing. So be sure to keep those comments coming to be one of the last qualifiers into that pot. So without further ado, let's get things all kicked off with the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And welcome back. As always, we need to say a big thank you to the fantastic support of great sponsors such as JP Designs and 3D Prints, as well as Butt Kicker on board for this entire season that we had here. We thank you guys so very much, as well as a big thank you to AdminBoxx as well. Thank you guys for jumping on board here and having a great sponsorship there with your fantastic button box you guys create over there. Big time thank you, as well as a big thank you to TrackDogsRacing.com as well as Track Bar Media. Be sure to go check both of those out as TrackDogsRacing.com, your premier merchandising supplier, as well as Track Bar Media. Some fantastic video and photo edits there. SimGearCentral.com as well. Have some fantastic button boxes being made up over there. So be sure to go give them a shout out. And of course, big thank you to Davidson Builders on board all season long as your action replay camera. I'm Alan Brown, and I am happy it is championship night, and I'm joined by two of my best friends here, Mr. Alan English and Mr. Adam Turner. Alan, up here in the booth with me, we got ourselves a great race, and there's nothing, I really am disappointed with NASCAR taking the championship race away from here. I know Phoenix, it's a whole different ball game. It's also exciting, but there's just something about Miami that says championship time.
Well, it's in my mind, it's kind of like back to basics racing, right? Here, it's mile and a half. It eats tires. There's a lot of strategy involved in here. It's under the lights, which I know everybody really loves. Phoenix is different. I mean, it's an exciting track too, but I really loved the years that it was at Miami, and I don't think tonight's going to be any different. These guys are going to put on one heck of a show for you guys watching out there in YouTube land. And the championship race, it's always exciting to see these guys come down the final stretch and make that last push to try to get a couple extra points here to make it into a top three or possibly pick up that number one spot here at the end of the season. And can't wait to see how this thing unfolds here tonight.
Indeed. It's down there on pit road, Mr. Adam Turner. Adam, we've seen a season full of, well, I can't really say hatred, but we've had our own little bumps and grinds and all that kind of stuff out here. And it's all coming down to this, the final race of the season here tonight.
Yeah, if we're going to see any kind of fights, it should be tonight, I would think. It seems like a good place to fight, too. Flat track, real tough, eats up the tires. You can just turn them in any corner here. It's super tight. I think we're going to see some exciting racing, but I would love to see somebody intentionally push somebody into the wall, because that's just what I like.
Well, Adam, you got to do is kind of push them through the corner too fast here, don't you?
Yeah,
that's
push
all
them.
You got to do.
Then they'll go right up into the wall. Yeah, it's easy. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. Championship under the lights. I mean, you can't really beat that. It's Florida. I mean, it's pretty cool. I like Florida too. I do like Phoenix as well, but this was a fun place to watch championships. Tonight, though, we have one fast repair, 70% fuel, 5 sets of tires, 25 incident points. You're DQ'd. We won't see that. 18. And then you'll get a penalty. We could see that. I doubt it. 80 degrees on the track. This is a great night for racing. The track's not too hot.
Yeah, indeed. As we take a look at tonight's race info under the lights here, so weather not going to be too much of a problem. We're not going to have any of those Florida thunderstorms rolling on through for these guys. So nice, clean, and not too hot. A nice warmed up track for these guys. The grip definitely not an issue. Bringing us down to tonight's key to the race, and it's pretty simple since it's the last race. It's time to lug nut up.
That was interesting.
You want to make sure too, not make any silly mistakes here tonight. Everything's on the line. Now is not the time to be speeding into the pit entry here. You got to get it down to 55 before you hit that cone. No missing pit boxes, having to back up. Anything that's going to cost you track position out here is a big no-no. So you really do have to be 100% focused on everything you're doing here, and it's really going to mentally fatigue these guys.
It's time for the rally train as well. Already this early in the race, I'm super
it snuck
excited.
Up on me this time. I couldn't mute it in time.
Oh, I love the sound of that train. So nice. But here's another thing, Brown. I may be jumping to conclusions here, but we have a lot of fan participation this year, and those fans still have a chance to win this keyboard. Am I not right?
That they do. There's one more name being picked here tonight to win this awesome mechanical keyboard. It's got the RGB lighting. It's even got, looks like a little volume knob up there, so you can easily control, your computer volume or whatever you're working on up there. So be sure to keep those chats coming, and hopefully you can be one of the last qualifiers here to pick up that fancy, for a chance to pick up that fancy keyboard here. So
chat's already, as I say, chat's already real active already tonight. Jessica Stubblefield's here, saying happy Monday. Rebecca Davis is here for Stub Nation, so is Lauren. Jessica saying Stubb's not racing tonight. He said he's going to watch, so he won't be in any of the wrecks, cause any problems for championship drivers. Daniel says, want to thank NTG and AAA for a fun season. Thank you, Daniel, for being such a huge supporter of Numb Thumbs and kicking out just some kick-ass paints. This guy really is talented. Go check him out, DEP Graphics, and shoot some business his way. Who else we got? Thank you, Jessica Stubblefield. We appreciate the applause there for AAA. Nikki Short says, time for some awesome racing. Thank you guys for an awesome broadcast this season. Thank you, Nikki. All y'all are the reason why we're here doing this. So thank you for all the great support. Let's see. Tim Stubblefield says, I'm here. Maybe I can win something here on the chat. We shall see. Drivers are eligible for the drawing as well. As qualified drivers. I can't remember what Derek said the requirements were for it, but they are eligible. A lot of them are. Tommy Welch says, since I haven't won a race, I'll take winning a keyboard instead. Well, good luck to you, man. It looks like we're about ready to start gridding up here, Brown.
That we are. So here we go. Getting your final starting grid of the season up underway. We got D2 of Juan Jimenez, and we'll talk about him here in a second as he's currently leading the championship points. Excuse me. He's going to start up there on pole position. The 43, Kevin Delia, going to start here tonight in second. The 663, Ryan Pandisio, starting here tonight in third, with the 15 of Vincent Short starting in fourth. The 69, Larry Dickerson, latecomer here this season, but jumping in just in time for this final race here. He's going to start in fifth. The 3 of Chris Muth Jr., he's going to start here in sixth. One of Mr. Bogus himself, DW, starting here in 7th, with the 747, Albert Anderson, America's driver, starting in 8th. 9th will be the other Welch. It'll be Tommy Welch in the 9 car, with the 23, Mac Daddy Mark Collins, starting and rounding out your top 10.
Row number 6 is going to look like this. 00 Joe Bennett on the inside. The 44 of Dana Shepard to his outside. Row number 7 is going to be the 31 of Scott Milner and the 48 of Zeth Hawley. Cubby Nathan Stanley is going to be in the 67 car, starting inside row number 8, and to his outside, Chris Klein in the 18. And making up your last row here, rounding out your field, the 33 of Paul Ferdiani and the 22 of Eric Thornton.
And there you have it, your final starting grid of the season. And it is going to be a long off season for these guys. They don't get started back up here until about May or so, as these guys head on down and out there onto the racetrack behind that pace car. Let's take a quick look here at the current point standings. Juan Jimenez in that current lead. Zeth Hawley, he is only down by 6 points. Kevin Delia only down by 7. So definitely be on the lookout for those two drivers. I think Ryan Pandisio, he basically needs to get a win and have some bad luck happen to all those other guys in front of him to pick up the championship win here. Same thing with Vincent Short, Chris Muth Jr., and Joe Hogger. They're just a little bit out of the chase there, but the pace car diving on down and into pit road here, as here we go for one final time. Green flag racing here from Miami Homestead. Side by side, they shuffle on down into turns 1 and 2. Jimenez with a great start there, able to get out in front and get clear of that 2 wide situation that's going on behind him right now between Ryan Pandisio and Kevin Delia. Still side by side, they go for second and third down into turns 3 and 4. They got Vince Short coming up on them here. Same thing with the 69 of Larry Dickerson. Oh, both drivers looking very feisty here tonight, as it looks like things getting all sorted out as they cross the line for the first time, completing lap number 1 in this championship finale.
Yeah, this is a 180 lap or 180 mile feature race here tonight to determine your champion. That's 120 laps. So we'll start kind of seeing what these guys are thinking as far as pit strategy and stuff as we get to probably around lap 40 or so.
Yeah, I think they're going to play it conservative early, I would hope, and then ramp it up. We do have 120 laps, so we have a long way to go here.
And that we do is the 1 and the 9, the two Welches going side by side here. Mark Collins sitting in right behind him, and then you got another battle going on between Zeth Hawley and Dana Shepard. Both drivers looking to get a big finish here tonight. You also got 00 Joe Bennett. He's out there side by side right now. Looks like he's side by side with the 18. Excuse me, I guess that's the... Oh no, Chris Klein. No. Don't look at his number, Turner. Don't look at his number.
I'm going to look right now. I know what he did, so he's going to be punished accordingly.
But the supposed 18 of Chris Klein sitting back there ready to jump up here into some of these fights, as well as Kevin Delia coming up with a full head of steam, looking to take the lead away from that 2 of Juan Jimenez, and he is going to do so, but Jimenez coming right back. A little crossover move, not quite able to get it to stick there at the exit of the corner. He's going to do a little bump draft in here with the 43.
Chris Klein's just in a backup car from a teammate. That's what that is. They just rolled off a teammate's car.
That doesn't count.
Engine wouldn't crank on his, so yeah, it does.
No, he's got the wrong number on his car.
He's still
luckily for him,
man.
Well, luckily for him, we saw him yesterday, and he was driving the same car.
Same paint, yeah.
I think the whole thing was the same. But I'll forgive him for now, but later on I'm going to get angry. Right in front of him, some decent racing, though. Tell you that. Dana Shepard, Mark Collins, Zeth Hawley.
They're sticking together, ain't they?
Yeah, that's like a little pack right there. Pretty good.
Indeed, as looks like the 9 of Tommy Welsh has won that battle for the time being against the 1 of Derek Welch here. Is now going side by side with that 48 of Zeth Hawley. Both great admins over here for this racing league and keeping things on the up and up and running strong. I think the 22 Eric Thornton here tonight, he might be running race control. I think doesn't look like he is currently in the car.
Okay. Good deal.
If that's the case, we definitely thank you there, Eric. Race control definitely helps these things run a little bit smoother. Not that these guys have too much of an issue out here, but you know, it always helps.
Yeah, especially in one of those situations where you get an accident, maybe some guys forced down to the pits and trying to figure out who needs one cleared and whose is legit, whose isn't, that type of deal. So it does take a little bit of rolling the tape back, as it were. Whoa, Tommy Welch sliding up the track there. Dana Shepard able to make it around. Oh, the 9 losing control going down to the inside. What happened there with the 9? Did he have a wheel cut off?
Oh, mate. Well, when I said lug nut up, I guess maybe all of his weren't quite so tight, especially in this car that's only got the one center one going on. So it looks like he's got it back under control now. But yeah, you know, these cars, they sometimes have a mind of their own, and they can get a little slippy out there as the 747 of Albert Anderson gets around the 15 of Vince Short. Now Vince Short side by side with the 69 of Larry Dickerson and the 747 with the 663 of Panic at the Disco, Ryan Pandicio, trying to hold these guys on up and hold on to that podium spot here. Larry Dickerson, been seeing him over there in the ARCA and the Xfinity series and has been doing a fantastic job over there. I think this is his first race here that we've seen him do in these next-gen Cup cars, and so far he's definitely putting in the work, trying to creep on up here into this top 5.
Great to see a fan turned racer come out here and mix it up and actually really do very well. So we're glad to have him here. Daniel Pochlag joining us out there saying Klein's running next season's paint and number. So that's the deal. I guess he was testing out a paint that DEP made them and didn't change it back or whatever happened there.
Oh,
So he's running it out there, showcasing
All
that
right.
awesome paint. And
I'll forgive him.
Dustin Eaton, Dustin with a Y, saying, "Let's go, fellas! Great racing out there. Love the AAA broadcasting, fellas. Awesome broadcast. Thank you so much, man. Thank y'all for joining us here. We sure appreciate all the support you guys give us, all the thumbs up you give us on the video, and we're picking up new subscribers here lately, so we really appreciate all that. Great.
We're getting new subscribers.
Yeah,
Y'all didn't tell me. Are y'all trying to cut me out of the loop or what?
We're up to 272 now.
Yeah,
Well,
we had
you know what?
67 the other night.
Well, we'd have 1 million if it wasn't for the Zuckerberg guy. I'm sorry that I've cursed him. And y'all hit the like and the thumbs up thing so you can get more people here. Here, go ahead, Brown.
Tommy Welsh almost losing it on the exit of turn 2 there again. So I think, Mr. English, I think that might be one of the hot spots to look out for is coming out of turn number 2. These guys' rear ends breaking a little loose on them.
Yeah, and it all depends on how you're driving that car, what kind of line you're trying to run and all that. And looks like his right rear might be getting a little wear on it as he's having a hard time on exit here. These turns, the banking in these turns is a little bit progressive, meaning, you know, the higher you go up the track, the steeper it gets. It's not just a flat angle. So he's running very, very low on the track. It may behoove him to maybe move up a half a lane or a full lane. He might get a little bit more mileage out of that right rear.
Where'd you learn that word behoove? I'm a little troubled by that, but
I don't know, man.
sometimes the brain's on you. It's just amazing. You're smarter than I thought you were. But what I think you're trying to say is, yeah, he should move up a little bit, right? Because they are burning him
It'll
up.
benefit him. Would you prefer a different adjective?
No, I like that adjective. That's actually very impressive, sir. But down low, you're going to burn them up a little bit. But this is definitely a place you could probably ride up a little bit higher to that wall if you got the skill set to do such a thing.
As we were looking there, some of these driver cams, 00 Joe Bennett has not only some fans in the chat, but of course some cheerleaders there sitting in the room with him, having a good time, cheering on their old dad.
And Papa Joe Bennett out there saying, "Let's go, 00 Joe." Of course, Joe Bennett, one of our fans of the race, he's on the roster there somewhere.
Yes, sir, he is.
Already entered into the drawing here that we're going to have later this evening at the conclusion of this race.
It's one of the most exciting things all night. I'm looking forward to seeing who wins this thing. It's going to be just crazy. I'm sure somebody's going to love it.
Yeah, and the great thing is, Adam, we're not going to have to wait until tomorrow morning to see what all the additional ballots and stuff that might just show up in suitcases.
No, this is all on the up and up. This
is above board here.
This isn't where you just make up stuff in the middle of the night and then you scramble it together and then you put it on TV and then tell everybody to believe you. No, this is the real deal here.
I figured you'd like that.
Yeah, that was great. And this ain't horse racing. This is actual real gambling. Y'all are gambling out there. You're gonna get your number picked, hopefully, and win that thing.
Hey, you can't say gambling. It's YouTube, man.
Oh, I mean, it's
is it a bad word?
Novelty. It's a novelty. It's for a novelty.
It's a
Is that how you get around?
a friendly contest.
Novelty prize. Yeah, I went to the bar I used to go to, you little 8-liners. If you won, they tell you had mail. But, you were supposed to win like prizes and whatnot, but
that's a good way.
But you actually won cash. So, hey, you got mail.
Where, congratulations, you won enough tickets for this teddy bear. Hey, this teddy bear looks really good. I'll buy it off of you.
$1,500. Yeah.
Well, the 9 looked like he was trying to make a move on Scott Milner there, but he just couldn't make it stick anymore. Still trying to run that low line. Milner just able to stay out in front of him here. He looks like he's trying to get back to him again. Ooh, crossing the white line and hanging it out there.
Oh boy. Thank goodness that apron is pretty wide.
Turn 2 again. That's the same turn, Alan.
Yeah, he's definitely feeling it in those rear tires. I don't know if he might be getting on the throttle a little too hard, a little too early there, but that Mountain Dew machine is definitely struggling out there for some grip tonight as Albert Anderson goes side by side with Mac Daddy Mark Collins in that 23 machine. They're still going to be side by side as they come out of turn number 2 there here on lap number 20. So about 100 laps left to go here tonight.
I would say that earlier that Kevin Delia and Juan Jimenez were kind of in their own zip code there for a while, but Ryan Pendicio really closing the gap. Everybody within a second or two of each other right there in about the top 5.
Man, that day.
Glad to see them keeping it tight there and doing some tire management.
Definitely.
The 48 is Zeth Holly goes side by side with Chris Muth Jr. in the 3, running his little Budweiser paint scheme out there. Nice and simple, just a bright red with some Bud on it.
Nothing wrong with a Budweiser paint scheme. It used to be in America. It doesn't anymore because it's owned by some other country. I don't want to get into that. Go ahead.
It's owned by Germany, man.
No, it's a Brazilian
Brazil.
conglomerate.
Is
It's
that really?
conglomerate. Yeah.
Yeah, they bought the European company that owned all the beer companies. It's weird. That's why,
That's what they call one world order. That's what they want. That's what they're getting.
no
So you want to get into it? Yeah. The one world government. They mentioned that when they went to this place called Davos. You know anything about that? That was a real tragedy, what they're talking about over there. But let's get back to racing.
Yeah, I'm going to be watching the 2 tonight. Really, he's mathematically going to have a lock if he finishes, 6 positions ahead of, who was his next closest guy? Zeth Holly? It was Zeth Holly and, who was
Kevin
the other
Delia,
one?
I believe.
Kevin Delia. So, Kevin Delia's got to beat Juan Jimenez by 6 positions, I think, to pick up a win. So we're going to be watching that battle, and we're going to be watching where Zeth Holly finishes as well, because I think as long as he finishes 7 positions ahead of Juan Jimenez and ahead of Delia, he can secure the win tonight. So we're going to be watching those 3.
You're bringing out the slide rule on all that stuff, but here's one way to
I had to take off my shoes to count it.
To get those positions. You have your buddy just go ahead and dump the other guy. There's your positions right there. Is that wrong? Would you do that? What's that? A Tanya Harding type hit right there?
I guess that's kind of
Nancy Kerrigan.
Putting your
Tanya
finger on
Harding.
the scale there.
Man, I'd pay you to knock somebody off for me. Would you do it?
Let's get back to race. Let's get back to the race.
No, in racing, not in. No.
In racing. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about racing. What do you think?
You said knock somebody off. It depends on who it is. I mean,
All right, keep going.
Let's see. Fake 18 at Chris Klein going side by side here with Dana Shepard, looking to try to get the pass done here on the outside lane, especially as these tires start to fall off. The outside lane starts to become more and more viable. We've seen it in the real life races where they run up as close to that wall as they can, try to get that air cushion here. Oh, little bit of a pick though there with the 3, Chris Muth Jr. Everybody able to, I think by the looks of it, everything's able to settle on down there as Dana Shepard holds on to that top 10 spot. Juan Jimenez takes back control of the lead up at the front as he gets around that 43 of Kevin Delia.
yeah, the 69 of Dickerson had a little bit of trouble off of 2. He had to regain control there on the backstretch there for a minute, feeling the tire wear start to come into play here.
Yeah, Double Ocho trying to get all lined up on the gambler himself. Mr. Paul Ferdiani in that 33 trying to get a run and maybe make a pass here, move on up.
Daniel over there on YouTube says, somebody take his beer. You had too much. I don't know if he's talking about you or me or somebody driving.
I've had 3. That ain't too much. I'm just speaking my mind. I got clarity right now.
I popped number 2. I'm in good shape.
Yeah, I got a little clarity. I need to probably do a little bit more drinking so I don't spill all the secrets.
And check it out. HCK Beagles Racing League joining us in the YouTube as well, saying old Delia's going to walk away with it tonight. So great prediction out there from our Tuesday night league, which y'all will see tomorrow night.
Well, they better
Beagles Truck
come
League.
watch that race too, because that's going to be a lot of fun as
Gonna be a good
always.
one.
And their season's coming to a close here pretty shortly. I think they've only got a couple of races left as well.
And I love that good super speedway racing. Dickerson loose after scraping the wall there. That was in turn 4 that time. These guys are really feeling that tire wear at them.
Yeah, it's definitely, you're feeling it here at Homestead, especially if you're running low, like you had said. It's just a little flatter down there. And I guess it's the right front that just, you can destroy it if you drive it too hard.
And you
So
got guys
I think we're
like,
going to see some stops here pretty soon.
well, Adam, you got guys like Kyle Larson in the actual real life Cup Series that they run right against the outside wall, but you're not seeing a whole lot of that here tonight with these next gen cars online.
Yeah, that's because they're very skilled. But the problem with these cars here, they tend to break if you touch the wall, so that might be part of the problem. They're made out of Chinese parts, they get them straight off the frigate. It's not like the old NASCAR days where it was made in America.
Well, I know you heard it, Adam, but Alan, we got a couple of drivers claiming to see some oil or something on the track, trying to get the NTG officials to throw a caution. I don't think it's going to work here in the virtual world, but
nice
guys
try.
are definitely feeling it.
Yeah, I've been seeing these guys slipping and sliding. Even Vince Short there, he's pretty well up into third right now, and you could just see him trying to manage that throttle, try to manage the steering. He was having his handful out there here tonight.
Hey, was a lot of these guys are about to start making some plans here to try to come down. Probably, I'm still betting probably around lap number 40 here to fill up with gas and get some new shoes for them cars. Jessica Stubblefield, that's a great song. Both the Jim Ed Brown version and the Alan Jackson version. I like both of them. I provided the little sound effect. You know, when they recorded that song, they were actually popping a can of Dr. Pepper. That's what made the sound in the song.
Yeah, but wasn't he with the actual Browns? Wasn't he a part of the Browns?
Yeah, Jim Ed Brown, yes. Him and his sisters.
I hated that group. It's terrible.
He did
he
did by himself.
Solo, but the stuff they did was.
I didn't think he was bad.
Not to hate on them. They're all probably dead now. Rest in peace. I don't know what else to say. I'm just trying to have some fun watching this championship race. They're all spread out a little bit. I don't think we're going to see any action until we actually start getting into these pit stops here.
Oh, well, you wanted some action. There's the one of DW tries to...
Pandicio's around. Oh, the caution is out. Ryan Pandicio.
Oh, no!
Oh,
that was cool. Yeah,
big
that was
impact
fun.
with the one.
And we were just watching the one of DW try to get around that 48 of Zeth Holly, and in the meantime, having some issues up here for that.
Pandicio got... Was that arrow loose? What happened to him there?
Yeah, he got loose on his own. I think he got loose on his own. Mark Collins was right behind him, but I don't think he
didn't take no
turn
arrow
or
off the
anything.
spoiler or anything?
He could have.
And then just, oh man, nowhere to go for DW. Tried to keep going down low, but the 663, he kept going down low as well. And that is going to bring out your first caution of the evening, right on the cusp of, right when you were saying there, Mr. English, of some green flag pit stops being had here, but that's going to get everybody all balled up back together.
Well, I think it couldn't have come at a better time, actually.
Anderson barely missing Pandicio spinning across the track. That was close. he started to go low and had to rip the wheel back to the right to miss him.
So
Here comes the pit stops, boys.
Was the only one damaged Pandicio there? Did anybody?
I'm sure Welch has some damage
Eric Welch
as well.
has a meatball.
Oh,
Yeah, he's got a meatball flag.
Does he really?
Boy.
Wow.
Wait, who was that at the very back there? Was that Ferdiani? It was. He almost got into those barrels here. Trying to catch up to the field so he doesn't lose too much time.
Oh, what happened up there? Double O Joe just spun out trying to get into the pits.
Trying to back it down and just like a went around on him there.
Man, it's not that big a deal. But he lost a couple spots.
Well, one exciting thing that the fans are going to like is we're going to stack everybody back up again, and it's going to be a while before they spread back out. So we're going to see some great side-by-side racing again after this restart. Nikki Short say, let's go Short. Vincent out there in the 15 having a pretty decent race out there. Currently sitting in third position. Yeah, that was a messy pit for a few guys, Jessica. That was I mean, can you imagine under green? It would be a lot worse. Daniel said that might have been from that oil that the guys were talking about.
Here's something a little bit strange. So Stillfield isn't racing. Oh, Timothy, but we still have all his fans here. I like that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, he's watching with them tonight.
I know.
In YouTube
He's trying to get himself entered into this thing by being a
doing.
fan of the race. But he's going to have to comment more. You want to be a fan of the race, you better comment a little bit more.
Well, I think he's already eligible as a driver. I don't think
he is not.
No, he's not.
Oh, there we go.
Brown has all who's eligible. You don't. He's got all that stuff.
I don't know what I'm talking about. Is that where you're going?
No. I didn't mean it that way. No, you definitely know what you're talking about.
Well, Adam, these guys, what do we do? 36 laps, 35 laps before I think it was lap 35, wasn't it? These guys came on down, and so we're not going to be looking at another one until close to 70 or 80.
Yeah, 70, 75, probably somewhere in there. Seems to be, if you're just doing like rudimentary math, or stuff you learn in like third grade. Somewhere in there.
She said Tim's actually driving right now, but he's driving down the road, so he's not able to text or anything. They had a family function tonight, so
they did. As here we go back to green flag racing as the pace car dips on off. The 2 of Juan Jimenez side by side with the 43 of Delia up here. Jimenez with another good restart. He's going to be able to jump right down into line. The 15 and the 747 went side by side here. Now the 15 looking pretty fresh with those new set of tires coming up around the outside of Delia, trying to get the pass done as we're 3 wide back here. Pandicio trying to get past some pretty heavy traffic right now. That's got, goodness gracious, that's like pretty much everybody all in that mix there trying to get past them all at the time. Had the 23 of Collins, the 33 of Ferdiani, 69 of Dickerson. Whole bunch of people in that 3 wide action.
He's driving angry. He's frustrated that he lost control there to bring out that caution, but now he's driving like a madman. Trying to get back up there. Ferdiani using that outside line. Look at the run he gets off the corner, but he's in the wall.
And it's going to scrub a little bit of speed off of it. Doesn't look like he's going to have much damage, just a light little tap, but just every tiny little bit of damage will start to come into play here if that continues to be a thing. So they're going to have to kind of watch out that. But you're right, you get such a run off of these corners. As he's still up into the wall. Oh boy. Yeah, it just keeps on getting magnetized to that thing.
Look at the run. He's still getting off the corner, though. He's making passes on the outside by utilizing the outside line, just like Kyle Larson does in real life cups. So looks like he's kind of changing up his line now. Let's see if he goes back to it here in the next set of turns.
Oh, hey, it's the last race. You might as well try something crazy.
Hey, you might as well. Here is the looks like the 60. Excuse me. Chris, your number's getting me, man. The 18 of Chris Klein tries to follow him around here as well, but he's gonna kind of bail out and stick to his bottom line here. And looks like he's gonna get a run, but I think that's also in part as the 33 running into some traffic with the 69 of Larry Dickerson and the 23 of Mark Collins going side by side right here in front of him. The 9 of Tommy Welsh kind of hanging back, waiting for a chance to get his run on, as the 1 of Derek Welsh continues to kind of pace around here and trying to make up some time after that heavy contact. 48 of Zeth Holly moves up past America's driver, that 747 of Albert Anderson. Vince Short hanging on into third, the top three starting to break away a little bit here as Juan Jimenez leads. Kevin Delia there in second. Ryan Pandisio fighting his way all the way back up to seventh right now. He's trying to make a pass underneath the 44. Dana Shepard as they make their way down through turns 3 and 4. Looks like he will get it done now, trying to line up the 747 of Anderson. And he will take that spot away. And 44, Dana Shepard's going to try to follow him on through.
Well, I'm thinking about the draft here. So you can feel some draft here. But if you're right behind somebody, it's going to do you more harm than good here, because you need that front bite. You need that air on your nose to hold the front end of that car down on this pavement here. You need it to turn. So it kind of works against you a little bit to be right on somebody's back end trying to draft with them, because you're going to lose all your front grip when you go into the turns.
Yeah, it's a strange track. There's not much teamwork really you can do other than taking out the other guy's teammates, really.
Ooh, almost some contact back there between the 9 of Tommy Welsh and the 3 of Chris Muth Jr., and they're still going to be side by side going down into turns 3 and 4 here.
Battle. I love it.
There's some good stuff. Muth, Welch, Verdiani, Dickerson, Klein, Anderson. I mean, they're bunched up a little bit, and maybe we'll see some good action here.
Yeah,
Derek Welch wants a piece of this action with the 33 and the 69 as he goes low on the 33.
Speaking of bunched up, you got the 2, the 43, and the 15. Your top 3 drivers right now, all within a few, probably call it half a second of each other here. The 43, though, right on the 2's back bumper. Really not giving him any room to make a mistake out here as that battle between the 1, the 33, and the 69 continues to roll on. Derek Welch, really working that low line, but he can't slide up the track because Ferdiani's there. 9 going down to the apron. I think that time he might have had a little bit of a bump to help him get that back end loose, but able to get it collected here once again.
Who would that have come from there?
I think it was the I think it was the 3 of Muth, maybe just getting into the back of him there on corner exit.
Oh, wait to hold on to it.
Day's trying to make a move here on Juan. Does.
Yeah, he does. 43 now sneaking his way out to the lead of this race. The 2, though, he's not going to let him have it just so easily. He's going to stay there and keep some pressure on him. The 15, Vince Short, using that opportunity of them battling it out to catch on up just a little bit more. So these 3 guys really having a good time out there as the 31 of Scott Milner goes side by side with the 3 of Chris Muth.
Ferdiani still working on the 69 up here as well. We got a couple of good battles out here.
Yeah, and I know it's early, but Delia made the pass for the lead on Juan, right? But he's got to beat him by like 7 positions to to win the championship, right?
Yeah, 6 or 7. Yeah.
Well,
So
I don't know the exact scoring. I think the winner might get like an extra. It isn't just like 44 points and then 43 points. It might be, 35 points to 30 points. So
WWDD.
What would
What
Dale do?
would Dale do? He could have just turned him right there.
He turned his own grandma to win a race. Everybody knows
Yeah,
that.
exactly. These guys have they're real gentlemen out here.
Nicky Short saying that 15 still looking pretty fast out there. And he is. HCK Beagles Racing League says, I told y'all old Delia was going to take the lead up there. Yeah, he did. He's a heck of a race driver. He's had a great season this season here at NTG Next Gen Cup Series.
Yeah, especially call it the last 3 or 4 races as well. His name has been in the hat here at the ends of these things.
Kevin's really kicked it up a notch here in that 43.
Yeah, well, talking about kicking it up a notch, Juan Jimenez finding that extra gear, looking down low on the 43 and making the pass, taking the lead back here.
Well, they do have an extra. They got 5 speeds in these cars.
That's a travesty in of itself too.
Shift.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the members of the league did vote to return next season with the Next Gen Cup car again. So a lot of guys really enjoying racing this platform. So they're going to bring it back next season.
Delia is on his tail there, and a great paint scheme, by the way. Delia has got from DEP Graphics, Oceanside Cleaners. I like the paint. It's gives me like a Miami vibe, for sure.
It's exactly how it feels.
Yeah, like Miami Vice.
That ocean water kind of flavor to it.
How fitting, since we're in Miami.
I'm starting to notice a good trend. People are actually shifting here, going down into 4th as they're getting down into the corner, helping that car slow down, using that little bit of engine braking. Yeah, Delia's doing it right now.
Well, that
when I used to race, they had 4 gears. Like, that's how it was supposed to be done. I wouldn't even know what to do with these things.
Well, we still shifted like at Pocono. I mean,
yeah, you'd shifted right into my door.
Well, besides that.
Yeah.
Every now and then we throw it down into 3rd coming.
Not often though. Yeah, it did happen.
Oh yeah, especially as the tires wore, you kind of had to get that little bit of power down to accelerate out of the corner. You definitely had to do that, but typically, for the most part, these things are geared so that way you don't have to shift gears, other than when you're coming down into the pits and on the restarts. But I guess things are changing up as the battle up front continues to heat up. Almost some contact there between the 43 and the 2 as we cut back to the action there. The 43 trying to make a move down low on the 2, just not quite able to get it to stick there. And I mean, we are only about 10 laps away or so from looking at maybe another round of pit stops starting to happen.
Yeah, these guys might be trying to stretch a little bit more on this run if they're really trying to make it, a 3-stop race.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's see here.
Yeah, get the big brains out. Yeah, get the brains out.
I don't know if they're gonna make it.
It's gonna be close. I think they can go longer than 40 laps on a run. I don't know if they can go 50 laps on a run. I think that one's gonna be a little close.
They can, but they probably don't want to. They prefer not. It looks like Dickerson is passing Anderson right now.
Yeah, squeezing on down low. Ooh, Anderson getting a little loose mid-corner there. So I wonder if that's what's going on there, English. I know you got a comment you want to give a little read to.
I was just looking over there at Jessica Stubblefield kind of twisting the knife on old Adam up here. Saying, well, back in the day, they were the Houston Oilers.
Yeah. They sure were, and they were a good team, and they had to love you blue. The Titans.
Yeah, she says tighten up. That's what.
I don't know what that means. Tighten up. That's what my dad used to tell me. Hey, tighten up, son. Be soft. No. Oilers. Oh man. Now I gotta come up with some good ideas now. My brain was in a whole nother world until she brought that up.
She derailed your train of thought.
I was thinking, you know what I was
Unintended.
thinking about? I was thinking about what is a Vegemite sandwich? That's all I was thinking about. And then she comes up with this trying to stab us because the Oilers got taken away in the middle of the night.
Why are you thinking about Vegemite?
I've been thinking about it for the last 5 hours, Brown. I remember the song.
It's
The
basically.
Vegemite sandwich.
It's
I
basically.
don't know what it is.
It's like Nutella, just Australian.
But that doesn't mean anything to me. I don't think it is. They do everything different down there. They're kind
Is
of
it
crazy.
made from vegetables?
No,
Yeah.
I Googled this. It's made from old brewer's yeast, used brewer's yeast, and I do know that.
You want me to save you some? I can make you some Vegemite out of.
Yeah, make me some Louisiana Vegemite.
Yeast
Those
is
are
a
crawfish.
natural laxative. I mean, I don't think I'd be eating that.
Man, my brain's out there right now. I'm thinking of different things. Then talk about the Titans. No, they're not in the Super Bowl, are they?
Or playoffs.
True.
It's the one of Derek Welsh having some issues there, coming off of turn number 4, able to get it all gathered back. So we're entering into that oil slick zone here once again, boys. Once when these tires are starting to wear out, and we've been seeing these guys. Oof! There goes the 31 of Scott Milner having an issue there as well.
Chris Klein kind of hanging the rear end of that car out as well. Fighting a little bit of a loose condition here.
Ooh, DW getting loose off of 4. He's gonna go down into the infield grass here, down through turns 1 and 2. Oh, and he's missing some suspension parts on that right front.
Yeah, I told you where they got it from. Came off a shipping container. They don't make it here anymore. That's why those cars break all the time.
Make the parts out of pot metal or something. And
Yeah, it's garbage. They get them shipped over. They probably don't even machine anything here anymore.
Ooh. Oh, we definitely missed this. So the 1, as we're watching the replay here, getting loose off of 2, hard to the outside wall. Oh my goodness, hard into the inside wall, right where the kind of like access road is, and the wall is just a little bit angled there. So it was a very hard hit. And
there's a little bit of toe out there.
he was definitely having some issues. Does make it back down onto pit road. I don't know if he's got any fast repairs yet left though, because he might have had to use one from earlier on with Pandicio coming across the track.
At least he saved a toe there, because you're really going to lose a lot of time having a toe. At least he was able to limp it around and get to his pit box. That's a good deal.
As we're
He's still sitting in there. That's going to be a long pit if he didn't use his fast repair.
Yeah, I think he used the fast repair on that first go around, and he's having to get the manual damage fixed now, and he's gonna be in there for a good minute. They gotta go back up there, take some of those suspension parts off of their hauler that they're gonna have to put back on it if they want to leave here.
Just
Might
get
be
those.
Amazon and some new pieces from China.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Why can't you just get like a bunch of little kids, like 6 kids, to go steal it out of somebody else's trailer and put it
I
on your
saw that
car
on
real
a
quick?
movie once.
Yeah, Kenny Rogers would be driving the car, and then you get the 6 kids to steal everything. It's a pretty good concept.
What movie was that?
It's-
That sounds like a good movie.
Six pack.
Six pack?
6-pack. That's a great movie.
Derek Welch now joining us as a spectator on the YouTube
Yeah, hates this
chat, and
car.
all he says is, "I hate this car."
Yeah, well,
Oh boy!
they got the parts on Amazon. You might as well pick them up at Harbor Freight or something. It is put together like garbage. But we're having fun tonight. The other guys right here
Yeah.
racing. They're keeping it together.
can't blame it on the car. I mean, you're the one holding the wheel and working the pedals there, DW.
That's true. I mean, if the car's not hitting the wall, it does okay. I mean, it'll drive.
Oh, that was a low blow.
You just can't touch anything. Don't dare hit anything on a NASCAR circuit, you know.
Well, these drivers did vote to continue racing this car, so hopefully, it starts to grow on you a little bit there, DW, and you kind of learn some of the nuances of it. But I mean, it's kind of hard to teach us old dogs new tricks, and when you add new stuff to a new car, and I don't like change, man. I like the old school stuff, but
yeah, I want them to roll into Miami and go to their favorite like mafia dealer and pick a car and just modify it a little bit and throw it out on the track. That's how it used to be.
Timothy Stubblefield said, it looked like driver error to me.
Ooh, shots fired.
Stir in the pot.
It's Cubby getting a little loose coming off of turn 2 with a big run on the 9 of Tommy Welch. As
less than 10 laps, we're going to see some pits here, Alan.
Yeah, we are well past the halfway mark now, closing in on the final 50 laps. So pit stops definitely looking like they're going to happen, and I think you might be right. I think they might be aiming for lap 75 here, Mr. English, for a final 40 lap run.
English has been like on point tonight with his commentary, with real smart stuff, using big words. What's happening? Where's the dummy I used to know?
Maybe the planets are aligned a certain way. I don't know. El Nino is active in the Pacific.
I thought it was La Nina.
Well, it depends on what's going on with the water.
Yeah.
The temperature of the water.
That's what I thought.
El Nino, the water's hot.
Yeah, see, I was testing. You passed. Dang.
Do I win? What do I win?
Big brains. I don't know. Astonishment on my part.
I'm just going to take this keyboard for myself. And
oh, yeah, you probably should. Yeah. Nobody's commenting enough, so you're not going to get the keyboard tonight. Just give it to English.
I've got one like that one that we've got that's going to be given away later tonight. And I really love it, man. I love the RGB, being able to control the color of it. And the light up keys are great at night, if you want to shut the lights off and race in the dark or flight sim or whatever you're doing. All the activities they have over there at Numb Thumbs Gaming Community. It doesn't matter what you got going on over there. You can see the keys.
Nathan Stanley getting around the 9 of Tommy Welsh just at the same time. I had some great racing between Chris Klein and Dana Shepard. Each driver trying to pick up those much needed spots here inside this top 10. Looks like the 69 Larry Dickerson almost scraping the outside wall there, going down the backstretch, but able to keep it under control there, heading on down into turns 3 and 4 now. Here we go, start of lap 75. Watch down there for that pit road action.
Yeah, Jimenez, we're going to watch and see if he sets the tone here. He is your points leader in the championship, and he's in control of this race right now. We're going to see if the rest of the drivers follow his lead. We may see some of these guys that are close to him in points maybe do the opposite. We've seen that before, haven't we, Adam, with guys that maybe need something dramatic to happen, doing the opposite out here.
We normally do see that, but it's always like a short pit deal. We haven't seen the short pit just yet, and I don't know if that works or not. I just like the way it sounds, short pit. I don't know what it means. I think it means you pit a little earlier to try to gain an advantage, but I'm not quite sure. I don't have the big brains like you do down there in Louisiana, apparently.
You do a pretty good job of playing country dumb,
No, I thought that was your stick.
Oh.
That's you. I do. I have a whole nother thing I do.
You've got how many college degrees do you have now?
Just a few, it's no big deal.
You got more than
I'm working on PhD soon. You guys are welcome.
I'm not calling you Dr. Adam.
Yeah, you'll call me doctor.
No.
Yeah.
I will
100%.
not. I refuse.
You will. It's in the
I'll
law.
quit.
It's in the Constitution.
Don't help me. I will quit.
31, Scott Milner breaking on down onto pit road, so he is going to be our first official taker here for these green flag pit stops, as Juan Jimenez staying on out for at least another lap here. Mark Collins trying to catch up to the 48. Is that Holly?
Oh, Welch
Welch
in the wall.
Thomas Welch.
Oh, Anderson. Oh,
big contact.
Big contact there between Double O Joe and the 9.
Jeez. Still no caution.
Wow.
Albert Anderson meatball flag. I think he got a piece of that as well. Caution is out now.
Yeah. Oh, the 9 just. Oh, he's had a rough time there. Double O Joe getting snagged up there. What happened with Albert? Because he actually wasn't in that. This was a whole separate incident. Oh, I think he was coming down to pit, trying to slow down, gets on to the apron, and that car just shoots off to the left, hard into the inside pit wall. Oh, my goodness.
He's crab walking it down the pit lane.
Ferdiani with some evasive maneuvers there.
Oh, my goodness. Tommy Welch just having so much trouble getting power back down all night and alive. Albert hit that at a perpendicular angle into those tires.
Yeah, he's driving it side. Had to drive it sideways to get it into his pit box. These cars are garbage. I don't know. We could build better cars. Garbage freight. Luckily, he had a fast repair.
Juan Jimenez, as predicted, leads down Delia, Vince Short, and Zeth Hawley. All 4 cars here coming down. Nate Stanley with the black flag entering. Beating in the pits for the 67.
This could possibly be your final pit stop of the race. All the pit crews getting their money's worth now, trying to get these cars out there as quick as possible. A good stop there. It's a race off of pit road. The 2 Jimenez is going to get the number 1 spot still. 43 Delia just beats out the 15 of Vince Short. 48 is Zeth Hawley moving up. 663 Ryan Pandicio, followed by Dickerson, Collins, Shepard, Klein, and Muth.
So we're coming down to it, guys. Final pit stop. This did end up being a 2-stop race.
Yeah, unless we have another crash and somebody wants to see if they can gain an advantage.
So they do have more tires. The question is it worth coming down and getting them if you get a late caution? I mean, you gotta
where you're sitting.
A lap or 2 to get them broke in good and get them warmed up.
If you're setting 5 through 10, I think maybe.
Yeah, I think you will.
That's your shot. The guys up front, I don't think so. That's my opinion. I don't know. What do you think, Brown?
I think we're going to step away here for just some quick advertisements, but don't worry, we'll be back just in time to watch these guys go back to green flag racing here. So give us just 1 second, and we will be back with the final race in action here of the season here at this NTRL championship race. And as we rejoin this action, the pace car diving on down onto pit road. Side by side we go. The 2 and the 43 competing all race long. Here comes the 15 of Vince Short as well, trying to get a good launch, and he does. Absolutely no room for that 43 Adelia to dive on down onto that bottom line. Contact, though, as the 43 goes around right in front of this field. We're going to have a big incident here as big wrecks happen down in turns 1 and 2. That's going to bring out the caution here early on this restart.
Wow, what a restart here, and to see damage on some of these cars way up near the front. This is not a good situation for some of these cats.
No, not at all. As we take a look here back at the incident up at the front, it looked like the 43 and the 15 just kind of getting balled up here. Let's go ahead and head on up to our chopper camera. Little bit of contact there between the 15 and the 43. 43 does as much as he can to save that, but absolutely nowhere to go. Same thing with the 15, just can't keep it down low, gets right back up into him. The 48 and the 69 slide on through without too much of an incident, still beating and banging. Go the 43 and the 15 straight up into the 44 and the 3, the 23, the 663, the 747. Oh my goodness. Was Albert Anderson able to hang on to it? No, he gets tied up into the outside lane. 00 Joe Bennett tries to get cleared, not quite able to do it either. So hard impacts all the way around for the 15, 747. Also the 43, got the 3 in there as well. So hard contacts.
I got a little Western right there. So yeah, we call it down here. A little Western. A little too much aggressiveness on newer tires. I'm not quite sure.
Well, one thing's for sure, Juan Jimenez and Zeth Hawley are
that's a great race.
Had a sigh of relief from that because, Kevin Delia, is major threat. I mean, it's not over by any means, but they have one less guy they have to fight up here in the front.
Yeah, that's true.
I think they'd rather fight them on the last lap than, see something like this happen.
Well, I'd like to see a fight to go down there to trackdogsracing.com and get yourself some gear. I got my favorite driver's shirt. I got a couple of hats. I think I got the HCK Beagles hat. I got AAA stuff. I mean, you can get it all down there. Check it out, trackdogsracing.com.
Short took a lot of damage, too. He took a hard lick to the left side of that car to the outside wall. That'll ring your bell.
Yeah, that's not a good feeling, especially in the VR headset. I know y'all have raced in that before.
Oh yeah, Zeth Hawley's doing it tonight as well.
Ooh,
I love it though. I wouldn't want to race any other way. The spatial awareness and stuff that you have in VR is just
total immersion right there.
It gives you an advantage, absolutely.
And you need a butt kicker to go with it. So butt kicker's a little device that it kind of rumbles in your seat, right? It kind of makes you feel like you're on the track for real. Well, man, I hadn't seen any Houston Oilers jokes in a while, so that's good. Y'all tone that down a notch, thankfully. Let's see. We're gonna go back here with what? Yeah, I'm not good at math. See, my brain's not working right. Your brain's on point tonight. How many laps we have left?
We're gonna have 33 to go, I think, if they go this time, right?
Sure.
Yeah, see?
You're better.
We
You're
defer to
better.
you.
You're better at the math than I am. I bailed out of algebra once when we started making it
Oh, I'm no good at
spelling
that.
problems. You know.
Yeah, if you start adding letters, I'm toast.
Well,
dude.
that's the problem. That's all made up. We don't need letters. You just need numbers. It's math. I never understood that either. I'm with you, Brad. We just put the numbers together. Keep letters out of math. That should be like a catchphrase for the next presidential candidate.
Engel's saying, "Look who made it all the way back up to 4th. Pandisio up there challenging. Pace car's
Yeah.
down."
That he is, as here we go, another restart underway here, going on to lap 88 here tonight as the 2 gets a good restart there. Oh, he gets turned by the 48!
Oh my goodness. Championship implications here.
It almost looked like he turned into the 48 on. I don't know what happened. That was weird. Did he
Vince
cut
Short not
loose?
happy on the radio.
He had to have cut loose with those tires.
Oh man, we got to see this replay here.
Yeah,
This is going to be.
He just
Oh
drifted
my
right up into Zeth.
Is Zeth holding his line there? The
Yeah.
chopper cam doesn't lie. We're going to find out here in a second.
Chopper cam doesn't lie here. Let's go ahead and find out. Yeah, it was a mix and match. The 48 went down and the 2 came up. And you can just using based off of that seam here, right here in this middle.
You're right. They both kind of drifted a little, both of them. I think the 2 drifted a little more than the 48, nonetheless.
Do agree with that as hard contacts there. So that the 69 of Larry Dickerson able to make it clean through that incident, ends up squeaking through, and he's going to be in control of the lead here. Looks like, I think the 3 of Chris Muth Jr. having some issue. Oh, things got all bottled on up. Looks like the 44 Dana Shepard. Oh, he got tied up, and I think that's what Vince Short was kind of unhappy about here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the 44 trying to check up for the caution, just loses control and gets the 15. I think there was gonna be there was gonna be contact either way, but there was some. It looked like some net code. It looked like the 15 of Short started spinning before the car even got there. But either way, you're not kidding about that playoff implications, as the 2 of Juan Jimenez not in that lead spot right now anymore. He's getting his damage done. Looks like he's doing a full pit stop. Oh no. Did he forget to uncheck his fast repair?
How long has he been sitting there?
He's been sitting there for 26 seconds now.
Uh-oh.
It's not good.
That's not good at all. That'd be
I think-
terrible if that's what decides this thing. I don't think he got a black flag. I didn't have the entry screen pulled up, but I don't think he got one.
Well, he's rolling out of the pits now. He will still be on the lead lap, just barely. But he will be on the lead lap still. But the question is, if he didn't get a fast repair done there and was getting the manual damage fixed, how well is that car going to perform? As we'll just remind everybody what the point standings going into tonight was. And that's with Juan Jimenez in the lead by 6 points over Zeth Hawley and only 7 points over Kevin Delia. Both drivers showing pace here. And of course, with the winner of this race, I think picking up some extra bonus points. It's not like one person has to win and then finish 7 spots in front. It could be, the difference of a win and 2 or 3 spots, which is definitely possible here. I think Pandisio might be a little too far out there, about 18 points down. But I mean, the real thing to watch here right now is, will Juan Jimenez be able to come back through this field and catch up to Zeth Hawley and Kevin Delia? And but both of those drivers mind you. The 43 and the 48, they're going to be restarting here in 7th and 8th. So they're going to have their work cut out for them as well. And it's almost a have to win situation for those two guys.
It really is. But I'll say this, if anybody could drive a half broken race car through a field and work his way back up there to take this championship, Juan Jimenez is your guy. You want that guy behind the wheel of the two every time. And we're going to see if he can do it here. He's going to get an EOL for causing the accident here. 00 Joe Bennett did get a lap back there, so he will be back there with him when they restart here when they come out of 4.
Yeah, we're going to have to keep our eye on Juan Jimenez. He's going to have to drive super aggressive and he should. I mean, this is championship to win.
Yeah, looks like Derek Welsh getting the car all fixed up and ready to go. So he's going to try to hopefully pick up some attrition spots here by overtaking the 9 of Tommy Welch as the pace car comes on down onto pit road. And that's going to leave the 69 and the 663 side by side here. Green flag racing now back underway. Side by side they go down into turns 1 and 2. The 69 holding that lead strong. The 663 maybe looking to do a little bit of a kind of crossover move, and he's going to start to get it underway with a good run coming out of turn number 2. Still side by side as we got some beating and banging going on behind him there. Looked like Delia and Stanley traded a little bit of paint as Delia tries to fight his way up through this field. What's going on with Juan Jimenez after that incident? He's looking down low on the 44 as the 00 of Joe Bennett starts to drive away here. Oh man, it's looking like the 2 is down on power a little bit here, boys.
He definitely does not have the speed that he did. He's just hanging on for dear life here. Hopefully he's hoping for another caution so he can come down and get a little bit more damage repaired, because I think he needs to fix a little more.
Did he not have a fast repair? Did he already burn one up?
Yeah, that's a great question. I really don't know. Zeth Hawley looking inside of the 747 America's driver Albert Anderson with Vince Short right behind. They're both going to try to put Albert down here.
Albert having a rough race out there as Pandisio takes the lead over the 69 of Dickerson. The 18 of Chris Klein as a challenge in 43 of Delia. And this is exactly what the rest of these guys didn't want. Delia just climbing up through this field like almost free and clear, getting passes done each and every corner here. Now getting up to that back bumper of the 69 of Larry Dickerson.
Just flying through the field unimpeded, basically. And now he's up there with the front runners. Cubby's around. Contact with the 15. Trouble on the backstretch. Yellows out.
Oh.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. There's that caution that the 2 of Juan Jimenez wanted and probably what Delia didn't want. Let's go ahead and check back here and see what happens with Cubby. Looks like he's just getting loose coming off of turn 2. Looks like he might have touched the white line there just a little bit. Oh yeah, getting that car a little loose, doing his best, but comes right back on up and gets the 15 of Vince Short. Having a rough race here tonight is the 15. Was looking very strong and then just nowhere to go in these incidents. Nothing that he could do, getting all tied up in that one. I think somebody else was going for some rides. It looks like it was just those 2.
Lauren Stubblefield said that's another shot. Everybody producing it or participating in the shot per caution here.
Ooh,
another one.
As Pandisio stays out, and with the late call, the 69 of Larry Dickerson, he's going to lead some of these guys on down. This is where some strategies are starting to come into play, and maybe taking that final set of tires here with 23 laps to go. It's going to be about 21 when we go back to green flag racing here, and so You're going to have that 43 Delia picking up some tires. The 2 of Jimenez picking up a full fresh spot. Maybe a splash and go. Looks like Dana Shepard just a quick in and out. Same thing with the Chris Klein there. Dickerson taking all full. Kevin Delia taking all full.
Like Vincent Short joining Thomas Welch in the hauler area. They're putting that thing back on the trailer. They're going to call it a season tonight here at lap 98.
Yeah, you had a rough night, but here's a question. This is a technical question for both of y'all. Juan Jimenez looks like he got a little extra repaired. If he's just coming down on, let's say, his first pit stop, and he has no damage whatsoever, but he accidentally has his fast repair checked, will he lose his fast repair? Yeah. So that I'm wondering if that could have happened to him.
I have a feeling that Alan he had to have had damage. He was at least down on power there, wasn't he?
Oh, it definitely looked like he was. And what I'm willing to bet here, Alan, is during the race that he was having up at the front with Delia and Vince Short and all that. Earlier on, I wonder if he might have accidentally just scraped just the tiniest of scrapes against that outside wall, just enough to trigger that the fast repair would come into effect.
Yeah, that's a curious question for me. I don't know. It doesn't look good for him right now, sitting at 12th. He looks like he could be down on power still, from the looks of the last green flag effort here. So I'm going to keep an eye on him. I'm going to watch him, see what happens.
I'm looking at his car very closely, and I don't see.
But sometimes
it's aero damage on it.
Remember, this is the garbage freight car.
Well,
something could be broken inside the thing.
I'm just looking at maybe if he had a cooling issue or something, and I don't see anything.
Oh no, did the 33 of Ferdiani get disconnected?
It looks like he may have.
Oh no, so Pittsburgh having some internet issues. Oh, there he is. He's back.
Oh, here he's back. He was out for a long time.
I was getting a little worried. I'm like, where did the gambler go?
Can you imagine how the 69 and the 00 and the 44 were really worried, I bet.
He's probably just playing a dice game or something on the side. Just lagged him out a little bit. He's back.
Yes, we're going to go back to green flag racing here. The final 20 laps of the season. 20 laps of this race. The 48 and the 663 all up here at the front, side by side. 00 Joe and Paul Ferdiani right behind them. Dana Shepard, Larry Dickerson, Delia, Collins, Muth, and Milner all up here inside this top 10. Now, just remember, Jimenez doesn't have to win this race. He just has to finish high enough that no one can overtake him. But right now, the 48 of Zeth Ollie, who's his closest competitor in that championship standings, is starting here up at the front, side by side with that 663 of Pandisio. As we go back to green flag racing here, 20 laps left to go. The 663 gets free and clear. The 48 is going to try to drift on down to that bottom line. 00 Joe Bennett goes from a lap down now up here to the top 3 or 4. He's going to try to hold on to the spot up here with the 33 Ferdiani busting his butt behind him. You got the 69 Larry Dickerson showing some speed in these next gen cars, drifting up. Oh my goodness, 33 could not go up any higher without busting down that concrete wall. As the 43 of Kevin Delia now starting to take a peek down low here on the 69.
Welch, his night's done, but he's joining us over there on the YouTube saying, from one gambler to another, let's go 33.
Yeah, here comes the 18
ahead,
Chris Klein looking down low on the 2 of Jimenez. It doesn't look like he's too down on power. He's not extremely quick here, so he might be still suffering some damage, but he is slowly picking his way up back through this field.
Yeah, 17,
Oh.
18 laps, and we're going to find the champion here and the champion of the keyboard. Don't forget the keyboard. You could win tonight. Keep chatting it up.
Oh, the two's blinking out a little bit. Challenging the 3 car of Muth here. Not able to clear up high. Still kind of stuck down there. The 3 getting a little push from the 33 arrow push here. Clear now. Let's see if Jimenez moves up, and he does.
That he does, and it looks like Chris Klein. Oh my goodness,
That was
that was getting close there with the 3 as well, getting things all tied on up as the 43 of Delia continues his charge up back through this field. He's now in third behind the 48 of Zeth Hawley, who's behind the 663 of Ryan Pandisio. You got Dana Shepard here trying to make up some ground and move on up behind the 69 of Larry Dickerson. The 2 of Juan Jimenez continuing the charge up through this field, trying to pick up as many spots as he can to secure this championship win for him.
Yeah, he's battling Shepard now. I mean, he looks like he's just about to where he's got this thing locked up.
Man, I wish I knew enough about computer programming that I could add one of these, championship live tracker things so you know exactly what's going on.
Oh, yeah. But at the conclusion of this thing, we're going to go over the unofficial results while the admins calculate who our championship winner is, and we'll get an announcement shortly after. But we're probably gonna do unofficial results first. Is that right? I think that's what we're doing here.
Yeah.
After we get a checkered.
And to buy them even more time, we'll do the keyboard drawing after that, so that way they can really buckle down and figure things on out as Chris Klein goes side by side there with the 44 of Shepard. Ooh, 3 of Muth. He was seesawing that car back and forth, trying to keep it under control down the backstretch. So we're closing in on the final 14 laps. The 69. Oh, we're 3 wide here as they come back down across the line. 2 of Juan Jimenez trying to get a 2-for-1 special done here on Double O Joe and that 69 of Dickerson. Looks like Double O Joe's going to stick to the outside lane here. Ooh, gets the snap loose there. He was getting tight and then loosened on up. Having a big problem there in turn number 2. Able to get it back collected, though.
I know we're focusing on kind of the leaders here, but Dana Shepard's having a really nice race in that 44 DEP racing machine. Good looking paint scheme. I like that one. He's in 7th right now.
And he's going side by side with the 3 of Chris Muth Jr. here as I go through a couple of these turns. Still side by side action going on in front of him here. Oh man, Double O Joe, he just same thing with Chris Klein having an issue there. Just getting that weird snap loose where the car gets tight, and then loose just all of a sudden.
Yeah, the 3 sends it in there in front of the 44. This tight little group here, you got a couple of really loose race cars here. That's making me a little bit nervous as we're coming up on 10 or 11 to go here.
And side by side go the 3, the 44, and the Double O. And Joe sticking up to that high line here with 11 laps to go. Closing in on the final 10 laps here of the evening. Got the 31 Scott Milner catching up to the Gambler, the 33 of Ferdiani here.
I tell you what, this run right here, this run that they're doing from the last tire change, this is tire torture. These guys are doing everything they can to gain positions. They're not able to save tires. They're not able to save rubber. The only people doing that are the guys running up in front. And they're going to run these things down to nothing. They're going to have some terrible handling race cars here towards the end. It won't surprise me if we get another caution due to a spin and maybe some guys coming down to throw on that extra set.
Pandisio He's trying to stay out in front of that two of Jimenez, not quite able to do so. The two moving around on the outside lane. I think you're right, Alan. I think at this point, as long as Jimenez can hold this spot up here in this top three, he's going to end up walking away a champion as he does complete the pass there on the 663.
Well, and then the 663 is sitting on last pitted on 79 and Juan on 97, so much fresher tires for Jimenez.
44, Dana Shepherd hitting the inside wall, able to stay low, no caution. The 33 hitting the outside wall. Just a scrape, though. We're staying green.
8 laps left to go. Delia doing all he can to try to pick up a championship here tonight. Currently leading this race over Juan Jimenez, but it might just be a little too late here with 8 laps to go. Coming down and across the line, it'll be 7 laps to go. Jimenez charging back up here towards the front. He doesn't just want to win a championship, he wants to win it on a win, trying to pick up that final spot here and catch on up to that 43.
Tommy Welch over there saying, is Juan really going to charge to the win after all that race damage? I think he actually was able to burn that fast repair on the last caution. But yeah, he's definitely making it interesting. That guy's an amazing wheel man.
The Chris's, Klein and Muth meet up together there once again, crossing the line. Looks like Klein moving on up into 7th with Muth there in 8th. Zeth Hawley and Larry Dickerson are having a great race here behind that 663 of Pandicio. The 69 showing some speed, just not quite able to get it to stick enough to get around that 48. And in the meantime, they got Mac Daddy Mark Collins sneaking up on him here, joining this fight as well. And so your podium isn't officially set just yet. A big time fight going on here around this 3rd spot.
Something else, boys. This is what we wanted in a final race. You know, stuff that is not a lock, standings that aren't locked up. You know, we've actually got championship implications. Accidents happening on the track. This has been a nail biter. I'm on the edge of my seat. This is some great racing. I'm glad all these fans here on YouTube are here to watch it with us.
As we're seeing some side-by-side action, here's the 69, looks up to the outside wall, trying to get a run here on that 663 Pandicio, and he does. He gets it to stick there, as it looked like things were going to go side-by-side, 3-wide racing action there for 3rd. So first race here, I think, in these next-gen cars for Larry Dickerson, and he finds himself up here on the podium with 3 laps left to go. Delia just hanging on to the lead here out in front of Jimenez. Here's now the 48 of Zeth Hawley trying to sneak around that 663.
His tires are gone. I mean, Pandicio's tires are toast.
Yeah, and it didn't help that the 48 pulling some air off the spoiler kind of got him a little bit loose there, Adam. And he's really sticking with him here, trying to make this pass.
He's trying to, but I just don't think the tires are there for Pandicio for whatever reason. Still a great showing tonight for him.
As we go side by side here for the final 2 laps, Delia, Jimenez racing for the win here this evening. Jimenez basically has the championship all locked up now. It's now just a moment of pride as Delia gets loose coming off of turn 2, able to dirt track and save it, but that's going to give the position away and some extra to Juan Jimenez. Now 2.5 seconds clear or so. Larry Dickerson now taking a look there as the 48 of Zeth Hawley's starting to creep on up back here as the white flag waves. No more cautions here tonight. This is the last lap of this race, last lap of this season. 43 of Delia trying to hold on one more time for this position here as the 69 of Dickerson and the 48 of Hawley go racing behind him. Jimenez shoves it on down into turns 3 and 4. Just a few hundred more yards left remaining as he comes out of turn number 4 and back across the line. It's gonna be Jimenez, your race winner, and Jimenez, your season champion, as it looks like Dickerson was able to hold off a charging Zethali, and not by much, by about 200ths of a second there, as Delia is able to walk away home in second.
What a finish. What a recovery by the driver of the 2 machine. Just, that was amazing, inspirational. Great job out there from Juan.
Yeah. I mean, kind of fitting, being he's been pretty dominant all season. He must love these next-gen cars.
Yeah, he's getting some love out there. Some love taps from the 43 and the 663, and what an incredible season we've had here at Numb Thumbs Gaming, Numb Thumbs Racing League here in the Next Gen Cup Series. JP Designs and 3D Prints being our sponsor for the last 2/3 of the season or so. DEP Graphics picking up the first part. And just producing some great racing out here all season.
Yeah. And also some great commentary on the Book of Faces. Or no, we're on the YouTube thing, right?
We're on the YouTubes.
Yeah, so all y'all out there, we appreciate it. Hit the like, subscribe. We're going to be still broadcasting, even though these guys are done for a little minute.
Yeah.
But the main thing is y'all's commentary could potentially win you one of this fancy keyboard thing. So
yeah,
that's going to be fun. I can't wait.
Indeed, which means I believe you have another name to draw there, Mr. English.
Yeah, we got Racing with Rob is our pick tonight for fan of the race for Miami, and that he'll be added. He or she, I guess it's he, will be added to the list of folks we got. A lot of our regulars are already on there at least once or twice. And we're going to have a little drawing here in just a minute for that awesome keyboard. We've been teasing it all season. Everybody wants to know who's going to win this thing.
Indeed. Well, you know what? While these guys continue their little celebrations, let's go ahead and draw for that keyboard here. 1, 2, and 3 clicks. And that ends up being the person who is in that number 2 slot. And it's gonna end up going to Mr. John Buckley, who was one of our fans of the race.
Buckley.
One of our fans in the race early on in this season.
John Buckley, you won that keyboard, buddy. Definitely get a hold of Derek or one of the guys up there in the Numb Thumbs Gaming chat. And they're going to need to get some details from you there, buddy. That's a pretty awesome prize, man.
Yeah, and we don't know what happens if he didn't claim it. Hadn't seen him in a hot minute.
Well, he's been here most of the season, and he's one of those guys that loves to give predictions and pit strategies and stuff.
Yeah,
he's a very constructive commenter. We love having John on the chat.
And that we do. He may not be here, Rebecca, but he will. I don't know. I think DW will probably say, give him like 10 or so days to get in contact. We'll try to hunt him down, and if we don't hear from him then we'll re-pick another name.
Yep. I'm sure
we'll get
You don't have to be present to win, but we do have to be able to find you within a
if we can't find you,
time.
it'll be like we'll dig up some extra votes in the middle of the night and find somebody else. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. So in the meantime, let's go ahead and get some of these interviews up underway here, starting off with the 69 of Larry Dickerson. And Larry, I believe this was your debut here in the Next Gen Cup Series, and you're picking up yourself a solid podium finish. I know this race kind of got crazy there, approaching the 3/4 mark, but you did a heck of a job here tonight to pick up a 3rd place finish.
Appreciate it. Yeah, it was definitely a learning curve. I've never touched these really, and just running, I wanted to do something different, completely out of my element, and these handle so more drastically different than what the Arca and Xfinity handle and the truck. So definitely a learning curve. I can't wait for next season because that's the reason I ran it, because I want to join next season. And I actually ran last week at Daytona when y'all was having y'all's problems, but I got caught up in, it seems like everybody's wrecked last week in my debut.
Well, you were up for the challenge tonight. Great job taking a podium spot. Yeah, these cars definitely handle different on a 1.5 miles than they do on a big super speedway track. That you saw the difference in the in the drafting and the power and everything else. But what was your biggest challenge out there tonight? We saw a lot of guys struggling on the exit of turn 2. A little bit coming out of 4 as well. What was your sticker spot out there tonight?
I wouldn't say I had a really good spot all night. I just ran my race, ran what was comfortable for me, because the first run, I was up to I can't stay around the 5th. I think it was the 5th place spot the whole time. And I noticed after 30 laps, I had drove the car way too hard, and I was dirt track drifting it, Tokyo drift style, for most of the track. And I think there was 3 times I passed Vince, and as soon as I passed him, the back end would kick out, and he would go right back by me, and I had to try it all over again. And that ensued for the first 30-some laps before that caution. So that first run was definitely helpful. It helped me realize where I needed to back off on the throttle, especially coming off the corner, because, like I said, that first run, I just burnt the rear tires all to heck, and there was nothing left.
Well, not a bad job for your first time riding here. This is a tough track, and you did a pretty awesome job keeping up with those 2 guys. They were class of the field tonight. Looking forward to next season with you. You got some shout outs?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my teammate Dylan Bryant. Let's get a rebound after last night. We didn't get a good break in that Xfinity racing catch break we needed, but good rebound to come back and get a top 3 podium. Shout out to Juan and Kevin. They were definitely class of the field. I thought there when on that restart, when Juan wrecked on that restart and gave me the lead, I thought maybe I could steal one. But hell of a drive, man. He definitely class of the field. Same thing to Kevin. Like I said, shout out to Dylan. Shout out to all the league admins. Derek, want to thank him for letting me join these last 2 races and get out of my comfort zone. And can't wait till next season. He runs a fantastic league. This is the best league in my opinion in all of our racing. All the other admins go along with them. All the sponsors, AdminBoxx, Track Bar Media, Numb Thumbs, JP Designs, and what's the other one? Country. I can't remember how the last one is.
Through the Ages. Country Through the Ages.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, Country Through the Ages. Shout out to y'all. Again, I can't say enough every time I talk to y'all. The best broadcasters in our racing, hands down. I'm waiting for y'all to get nominated for NASCAR Hall of Fame for how y'all do y'all's broadcasting. So I can't wait for y'all to get that.
Me neither. Oh.
And it's awesome to get. Now, which one was the Bruins fans? Because I gotta say, go Canes! Since we beat the Bruins yesterday.
Oh,
that's Brown. That's the boss man.
I had to. I didn't get a chance to talk to y'all last night. I had to say go Canes to them one time. But good game. Can't wait for playoffs and maybe get to play out in the playoffs. Shout out to my sponsors, LA Construction, JP Designs, and again, my biggest sponsor, Angelman Syndrome Foundation. Go check that organization out. It's donate to any form of autism is a great cause, and you'll be doing those people a wonderful, wonderful job by helping them out. And I'm trying to think, and my wife. She's not here right now, but she's on the way back home. But my wife, so putting up with me doing this, and can't wait for next season. I'm glad to get to talk to y'all again.
Yes, sir, indeed. Well, congratulations there, Larry. A solid 3rd place finish, and we can't see you guys back out here in action. I know we're going to be seeing you on Friday night, and
yes, sir.
Friday night can't come soon enough.
No, race days never can come soon enough for me, man. That's all. I can't wait for race days.
Same here.
All right, so with that, we'll move on up to our 2nd place finisher here tonight, and try as he might. Kevin Delia picking up a solid 2nd place spot here this evening, and man, you knew what you had to do, Kevin, and you put the hammer down and tried to get it, just couldn't quite stay out in front, especially with Jimenez coming charging up through the field like that on that final time. But just kind of walk us through how you think the race went. I know you had a little situation there getting loose and getting involved into a wreck there, but I think you had a pretty solid race there just yourself.
Yeah, no, I had a good race. I don't think I really had anything for Juan. He's so dang fast at some of these tracks. I was trying. I hate that me and Vince got into a wreck. We usually race clean. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I came down, he came up. Either way, I feel bad. It is what it is. But yeah, I thought I had a halfway decent race. I thought I had it at the end, but Juan had to take it away from me. But it's a teammate, so it's okay.
I tell you what, that made for some of the most exciting, racing that I've seen in a long time, because we had so many questions about, oh man, is this going to be it? And Juan looked like he was down on power there for a while, and I started thinking in the back of my mind, Kevin's got a real great shot at this. He's going to have to beat him by a few positions, but then the 2 start to creep up. He'd take a position on this lap, and take another 2 positions on this lap. He just started creeping up and up and up. And then it just started slipping away. I know you had to have been looking down at your relative box just to see, but man, what an effort by you, man. And, it's been great watching you race all season. Your HCK Beagles guys were over here cheering for you in the YouTube chat as well. Just a great effort all season. What are you looking forward to next season here in NTG?
I mean, it's been great racing. It's been a blast over here. These guys are great. It's been good racing, and we have a great team with DEP Racing. I think we got a good group of guys, and it just this year it worked out, and hopefully it does the same next season.
Well, next season can't come soon enough, but we're going to get to continue to see you race probably tomorrow night, I think. But who would you like to thank? Shout outs.
First off, DEP. He has been awesome to work with the paints, and the best out there. I got to thank all the teammates. This has been one hell of a season. These guys with Joe and Juan and Ryan and Dana, it's a good group of guys. All the sponsors, and thanks for HCK for shouting me out in this. So
having a great night out here, Kevin, with a 2nd place finish. Congratulations on that, man. And we look forward to seeing you guys back out here in action in a couple of months here for this NTRL Cup Series.
All right, thanks, guys.
And so with that, we move on up to tonight's race winner and tonight's season champion. The 2 of Juan Jimenez coming back with a damaged race car, flying back up through this field and picking up the win and the champion. Oh my goodness, Juan, this one has to be feeling pretty good.
It was an awesome race. It was just super competitive the whole time with Kevin. it was up there between which of us was faster. He'd be a little bit faster short run. I'd be a little bit faster long run. So it was always exciting just to not really know where it was going to work out. And I'm glad that after that mistake we had with Seth that we could recover and get a 1-2 finish for DEP both in the race and in the championship.
You guys being teammates and just working together so well, but you fought each other well out there today. You didn't hold anything back. Neither of you guys did. Kevin just talked about, how he didn't think he had anything for you there. He knew you were probably going to catch back up to him. And we just got to say kudos on the recovery that you made and working your way back up through the field. What's next for you, Juan? I mean, I know you're going to come back next season for Cup, but you got anything else going on? You got any other irons in the fire as far as iRacing goes?
Yeah, of course. I'm definitely gonna run next gen for next season. I'm gonna try to convince the rest of the DP team to just stay here on board and try to run it back since we had such a good season. And like I always say in these interviews, I've had such an amazing time with all 5 of us. They're just an incredibly great group of guys to hang around with. And I think Kevin's selling himself a little bit short there where he's saying he had nothing for me. I think definitely a few laps less and he would have gotten the win there. So it was definitely close. Next for me, you'll see me in the truck league tomorrow. We're running
Awesome.
a full 43 truck league schedule with 15, 20 races, something like that. And I've been looking at the names on the list and I'm just super excited because it looks like we have a great group of guys. Obviously a full field is always amazing. Just great action across the field. So I hope people enjoy that. And I also run FDF on Saturdays, which is that's the league I go to get destroyed, where you have 10 or 11 Coke drivers show up every week. It's this fixed setup league. They do custom fixed setups and a lot of the really amazing people on iRacing show up there. So you just show up to finish 35th if you're lucky. But it's always good to get some practice time in with the greats and just try to figure out ways to improve.
Well, you didn't finish 35th tonight. You're the big dog tonight and of the league. Congrats on the championship and the win tonight. Who would you like to thank?
Well, first and foremost, as always, I got to thank Derek Welch and DEP/Daniel P. I'll start with Derek. I got into Numb Thumbs and this whole community because I started with Heat 5 with these guys, and then we all kind of transitioned back to iRacing. And I've jumped around in a lot of leagues, but this league has always been this league has always been really enjoyable. I've always had really good battles, really good memories. And Derek does an outstanding job at just he straight up, he just started a league on iRacing, and with very little experience, he just built an amazing community, and I've had the privilege of being here. So I'm incredibly thankful for him. Incredibly thankful for him sponsoring me when I needed. I remember I needed $100 to pay for some of the NASCAR tracks initially, and he said, here you have it. You're gonna pay it back when you get some. you can pay it back because he recognized me and he thought that I could do well in races. So he's always been supporting me from the very start. So incredibly thankful to Derek, and obviously DEP built a team of not just people who are hardworking, who are practicing always, who are helping each other out, who are just incredibly fun to be around, but just a team that was frankly dominant this season, and I'm really proud of them for all that we were able to achieve. I wish Joey had been here because he had to go for the Rolex 24, and it would have been really exciting to have that championship battle between all 5 of us with us 4 and Seth just have come down to the wire instead of him missing the last 2 races. But I'm just super thankful to the people here, the people in the community, obviously the broadcast team. It's a joy to be here, and I'll obviously be back.
Awesome. Well, great job here tonight, Juan. Congratulations. And congratulations on being your season champion here this season. Great job, buddy. And we can't wait to see you guys back out here in action coming up in a couple months.
Thank you, man. I hope the broadcast looked good.
Did it look good? That was a
he put on a hell of a show out there. Did it look good? My goodness.
Yeah, you are not kidding. But either way, let's go ahead and start to kind of cool things on down here with tonight's finishing order. It's getting things started off here with your season champion and race winner, the 2 of Juan Jimenez, picking up that big W. The 43 of Kevin Delia having a close second place finish there himself. You got the 69 Larry Dickerson coming home here in third, with the 48 of Seth Hawley, your hard charger of the evening. Even though I think the 2 of Juan Jimenez probably gets a rally train driver, I'll tell you that, coming back up through the field. But 48 of Seth Hawley with a solid 4th place finish. Mark Collins having a great race here tonight as well, up 5 spots in that 23 machine in 5th. You got the 663 of Ryan Pandisio just kind of running out of tires there, kind of towards the end of this thing to finish here in 6th. 7th will be the 18 of Chris Klein, who he himself was up 9 spots. A great run there from Chris. Chris Muth Jr., the other Chris, having a pretty good night there in the 3 machine to finish in 8th. Double O, Joe Bennett had his cheerleaders out in force here tonight, but solid top 10, 9th place finish there for him, with a 31 of Scott Milner rounding out your final top 10 driver.
33 of the Gambler, Paul Ferdiani, finishes there in 11th place. 12th will be Cubby Nathan Stanley in the 67. The 44 of Dana Shepard finishes your only car 1 lap down there in 13th place. 3 laps down will be Albert Anderson in the 747. The 1 of Derek Welch will finish 15th. Quite a few laps down here. Vincent Short, Thomas Welch, round out your field here. 17 cars fielded tonight. And, we had a great championship race here tonight, guys. Definitely not disappointed, even though it wasn't a 40 car field or anything. It was a 17 car field, but we still saw a lot of action out there and a couple of cautions to kind of mix up the strategy. It was really fun to watch here tonight.
Yeah, that it was. And before we get to the final shout-outs, we do have owner, El Presidente, CEO, Mr. Bogus himself, DW, up here. Derek Welch coming in to say a few words. Derek, I know you guys had a really good season, and what a way to finish it here tonight. Everything was happening all at once, and boy, oh boy, was that one a fun one to watch.
Oh, yeah. It's been this next gen. I hate next gen cars. I can't stand them. But we had a great season here. Those DEP guys, they just dominated the entire season, and kudos to them. Mr. Juan with his controller, I just don't know how he does it, but like he said, Juan's been part of NTG since the start of it, and I've watched him kick butt in Heat 5 and come over here and iRacing and kick butt with controller over here. So I just want to give y'all the top 3. Juan's a championship. There was a tied between 2nd and 3rd. Between Kevin Delia and Seth Hawley, and then we'll go to who's won the most races. Of course, Kevin Delia's won, so he will place 2nd, and Seth Hawley will be 3rd. Congratulations to them guys winning the money. Can't wait for next season. Well, I can, but I'm looking forward to a bigger field, and we're changing the playoff format next season, so we're gonna have hopefully have big fields throughout the season. And y'all done an outstanding job this year, and we'll see y'all back next season.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Derek, for. Oh, there we go.
Awesome.
Had my mic muted. Thank you, Derek, there for those great words. And we have to say a big thank you to some fantastic sponsors like DEP Graphics on board for the first little bit of this season, and then JP Designs and 3D Prints jumping on board, kind of filling that hole as DEP stepped aside for a second. Thank you guys so very much. Big thank you to Butt Kicker as well, jumping on board here this season. Also have to hit the wrong button there. I also have to say a big thank you to AdminBoxx as well. Thank you guys for being here and in support of this Numb Thumbs Racing League all year round. Big thank you, of course, to Davidson Builders, your action replay camera this entire year. That one's definitely gotten some view here tonight. Big thank you to SimGearCentral.com as well. Be sure to go check them out for some great button boxes. TrackDogsRacing.com, your premier merchandising supplier of the NTRL and AAA broadcasting. And of course, Track Bar Media, the fantastic little media production company there that does some great photos and video edits that you see here in the promos and anything like that. So please be sure to go check them out, as they have supported the NTRL for quite a while now. And of course, a big thank you goes to you guys that turn out every single race. We look forward to having you, and because you guys are the reason why we do it, and we have such a fun time of broadcasting these races. So we really thank you for it. If you haven't already, please be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, so that way you don't miss a single second of this race in action that we have to bring you. And be sure to hit that thumbs up button if you like it, so we can continue to grow this fantastic community that keeps on growing and growing. So on that note, that does it for this season here at the Cup Series of NTRL. But another season kind of coming to a close here tomorrow night. We got ourselves some HCK Beagles Racing coming at you here. Let me just double check what track they're at. They might be at iRacing Super Speedway here. Let me see. Gonna be 131. No, they are actually at Daytona coming up tomorrow night, and then the following week will be at Talladega, and that will be their championship race. So we look forward to seeing y'all out there tomorrow night, seeing some great plate track racing there. But for Alan English and Adam Turner, I'm Alan Brown, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
We gone.
See ya.